So here's my opinion on the Mountain Racer 2 from Topo Athletic. To start with, I wanted to start with the likes. Number one, I really like the entire bottom of this shoe. I like the padding. I like the what they call it, the zip foam. I like the tread. Like, I have no complaints there. I was worried about not having a rock plate. It ended up making no difference. I feel perfectly fine if I step on a rock, unintentionally, maybe something sharp. I don't really notice it. Um, I was coming from a Speed Cross 4 from Solomon, and I felt a lot more of the trail in a bad way. I've really had to watch my steps with those shoes. Where they mess up, in my opinion, is the upper. This upper it's extremely soft, flimsy. It's reminiscent of an Altra. I call these shoes Altras. They are practically the same. The toe box, it's the same deal, wide, spacious, roomy. I love that. I'm not knocking on the wide toe box. I think that should be part of every shoe. It just makes no sense to cram your feet into high heels and go running, right? The problem that I'm having with these is, number one, the tongue. It's the flimsiest, thinnest piece of mesh you've ever seen. I guess they decided to be different and not have padding on the tongue. I don't understand that at all. I had my doubts about it being an issue. It's an issue. I do not like the tongue. And that segues into the next issue, which is security. My feet slide in these like no other. I think these shoes are meant more for lesser technical trails. You don't want to be tiptoeing over rocks and your foot sliding around. If you have loved the previous Altras, like the Olympus, these are going to be perfect for you. These are going to be a great shoe. I had problems with the Olympus too. So I hate that this shoe reminds me of an Altra. It reminds me of an Altra with a thinner tongue, so I can't cinch down and clamp down on my feet as much as I would like, because the strings are just biting into the top of my feet, and it's just terribly uncomfortable. I would not recommend this shoe to anyone that hates Altra, myself included. That said, I do find it comfortable otherwise, and I will continue wearing it on a lot of other trails. I just will avoid anything that is, if I know it's going to be rocky, I'm going to avoid it. Most of the trails I do are very technical, very rocky. And I just want to make a little side note. It doesn't matter that you have this shoe for technical stuff, this shoe for non-technical stuff, or, pavement, whatever. That stuff doesn't matter, in my opinion. I'm not saying that this shoe isn't good for technical because of the lugs. The lugs are fine. I have no issues with anything else. The reason I consider a shoe not for technical trails, the only reason, is security. If your foot is slipping around, if you step on a rock and you're almost rolling your ankle, you shouldn't wear the shoe on a technical trail. That's it. You don't have to get some special trail shoe that's meant for technical stuff only and has inch deep lugs and all this stuff. Most trail shoes will work on any trail. You just need that security. And with these shoes, I could not try them on before I ordered them, and I was running easier trails. I liked them, no complaints. I liked the smaller drop, but it's not a zero drop, so it's not quite as hard on the calves if you're not used to that kind of thing. I liked everything, but once I hit a technical trail, once I skipped across a rock, or ran around a little technical section, hopped over a root, I instantly was like, no, why? I just was kicking myself. If you have any suggestions on tying shoes differently, especially something in this setup where you have such a thin tongue that you don't really want to cinch down too much, I'm open to hear it. I just really wanted to get an opinion out there on this because I was really excited about this shoe. I am really disappointed. I'm praying for Solomon to come out with a Sense Ride in the wide because my previous shoe was a Speed Cross 4 and I had that in a wide, so my feet were roomy, my toes had room to wiggle, but I still had security, and I can't really explain it. I'm sure it has to do with my thin midfoot or heel. Something's going on weird, and it might just be me, but I just want to just warn people, like, if you don't like Altra, you're not gonna like this shoe. So thanks for watching, and I hope I maybe saved you some money.